Well, today is Wednesday, August 26th. It's the first day of GATS. Well, actually, it's the day before the first day of GATS. We're in front of the Quixotic World, and tonight is a party from Randall Riley. We're pleased to be here. And tonight I got to meet up with Desiree Wood of Real Women in Trucking. Real Women in Trucking, and I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh, they said a cab's coming.
And as you can see, there's a lot going on here. I'll try to get some of the action in there. It's a great party, and we're just really happy to meet up. And I've got such exciting news tonight that I heard. As everyone knows, last Friday, RIvenburg was honored as the new coalition was formed for Jason's Law. And after 6 long years of hope, just relentlessly knocking on doors and beating the drum to excite people to understand, to create awareness about Jason's Law and the need for truck parking. And everyone knows her husband was murdered, and that's what started the ball rolling. Well, tonight I'm so excited to have with us Trucker Desiree, as she's known as, Desiree Wood of Real Women in Trucking, and she was called by
NPR.
Okay, I'm going to let her take it from here because I'm so excited I could just rattle on and on. Go ahead, Desiree.
NPR got a hold of me. They wanted to talk to Hope, and unfortunately Hope has some other obligations, and they got to do a pre-interview with her, but they asked me to come down and do a radio interview with them tomorrow morning before GATS to talk about the truck parking issue. And we had a lengthy conversation, I think the day before yesterday, to let them know a little bit of the history and the driver advocacy campaign that was spearheaded by Hope that just really got everybody fired up and working on this and finally recognized. So it's really exciting to have NPR, such a large network.
Now, this truck parking coalition, is that the official name? I can't remember, but
yeah,
it is a commitment and a pledge that was made after the official federal truck parking survey was released.
Yeah.
So they finally, after they got their results, decided that this indeed is a serious issue, even though the FMCSA studies of 20 years ago. And now Hope did a truck parking survey, and Desiree, I know you did most of the work for the calculations and the data and the presenting. And I know, how many hours do you think that took? I don't know, 500? I don't know. I would guess.
Probably, yeah. And I didn't do any of the survey did the calculations, and it generated the graphs, and it generated the numbers by putting it together in a graphic, a little bit more into a PowerPoint that consolidated it so that it was more readable. The hardest part was the final comments. That was a real important part of our survey, is to let the drivers have an opportunity to just vent with 300 words about a dangerous situation they've personally been in. And for me personally, to have to read over 1,500 respondents, as you know, we had many more respondents to the survey, but at least 1,500 drivers took that 300-word opportunity to say some scary situations. And I'm one of the few people that has actually read it, and they posted a PDF on our website. If anybody wants to read it, there's PDFs at the bottom of the PowerPoint on the Real Women in Trucking website, and you can see these are scary situations. People talking about having a gun pulled on them, being robbed at a truck stop, being afraid for their life, having a DOT officer wake them up to give them an inspection while they're on their 10-hour break. It's just astounding.
Now, how would you compare the survey, Hope's survey, the Jason's Law Movement survey that it's referred to in the official survey by the DOT? how would you compare the results of the two? Because I know they used her results as part of their.
The thing that stuck out to me, I'll be perfectly honest, I haven't gone over the federal results survey except to skim over it. The thing that stuck out to me first is that Arkansas is absent, the home of Walmart. And Walmart was the most mentioned, and it was one of the top places.
When you say absent, what do you mean?
It wasn't in the most troubled state. It appeared in another list.
Okay.
Where they did like how many spaces per for this state, but as a troublesome state. So I was kind of questioning that. I haven't had a chance to like really look into there, but that stuck out to me. The states look like they're pretty much the same. Our states and our survey came out the same to previous surveys, except a few minor differences. A couple states had improved since the first, like in 1999, when the first research documents I looked at, and the ones after that, the same states have had the same problems for a super long time.
Okay. And tell me, how many people answered in our survey? Wasn't it like 4,000 or something?
Yeah, it was 4,000. It might be right at the high 3,000s. So I don't have an exact number off the top of my head. One thing that I found, because there was a few questions where there was an open comment, like that final one, like the shippers and receivers question, and that PDF is also on the blog for anybody to download. There were a lot of drivers that just said, I don't want to say. And that was because they didn't want to retaliation. They didn't want to be, even though they were anonymous to do the survey, the fact that they were afraid to say this place throws me out on the street when I'm out of hours was like, wow.
Well, let's get back to the radio show. I just, you must have been so excited to be able to share this tomorrow with everybody, because really it does need to, it's a huge victory. It's a huge victory for Hope. 6 long years of fighting for even though her husband's dead, she kept going because she didn't want this to happen to anybody else.
Yeah.
So
her
she
life
must
is
be
completely different now, and I don't think anybody really. A lot of people do, but there's many people that don't appreciate that she's not really related to trucking anymore with her husband's death, but she's stuck with this for the drivers.
Right.
And she's got 3 children, and she's a single mom, and she works a job, and she's not a rich woman.
And and that's amazing because she never asked for anything.
No.
I just happened to go on her site and saw there's a donation page. And I thought, oh my God, I mean, everybody else would have had a GoFundMe and everything else you could think of, but she's so humble.
Very humble. It takes a lot to get her to, and she's told me many times, Jason used to say, you need to stick up for yourself. You need to speak up. You need to speak up.
Right.
And she spoke up for the drivers, and she's really a hero.
And it was out of character because she's so quiet.
Because she's very shy, but at the same time, she's sort of a firecracker too.
Right.
She doesn't like anybody telling her no.
Right.
Couldn't possibly do this.
Right. Well, I'm so thrilled to be able to see you tonight and to tell us about the show tomorrow, and I can't wait. We'll do a follow-up.
Yeah, I mean, the important thing that I think, I've been contacted by some different states about the survey before this federal one came out, and I'm so excited to share. I've had them ask for the raw data that they could share with partner states. I'm like, yes, please, thank you for asking. And thank you for asking for solutions, because as a driver myself, I've been out there and I've seen the places that are a problem, and that you're trying to brainstorm with your partner states to fix it. That's what we need, is local communities and states start getting involved and saying, I want to fix this problem.
Yes, and it all starts with awareness. And I hate to say it, but you have to kind of put people on the spot to the point if they don't partake in this, with it being such a serious problem, that it could be quite embarrassing for them. So, I mean,
our state's the one that's the problem.
which state?
Well, I'm saying if some of these people
Oh,
that are
I
looking
see
at
what
it,
you
you
mean.
know,
Yes.
the person that actually called me is a state that's really not a problem, but he didn't want to be a problem because he's on the bordering with some of the other states that are an issue.
Right.
So I just thought, you know, he's showing initiative not only so that his state is never a problem, but also to educate the people that he has meetings with that I am not going to be rubbing elbows with, to share this data and say, you know what, we could do something. We can make an impact here.
Well, congratulations. We're looking forward to hearing the show tomorrow. And we'll see you at GATS. Tonight's just the night before opening day. So, well, thanks again. This is Desiree Wood from Real Women in Trucking. I'm Donna Smith from Trucking Social Media in Dallas, Texas. And this is GATS 2015.